What's going on, boys and girls? We are live. If it's Thursday night, that means that me and Spread are doing the damn thing in the NBA all night long. Live betting action. Let's get after it. What's going on, Spread?
Not much, man. We were just talking. April was great, and this month's starting out fantastic as well. So hopefully we can keep this momentum going. We got some good games tonight. The Nets and the Mavericks should be fun, and then of course, not as fun as it would have been, but there's always going to be interest in the Lakers and Clippers.
Yeah, man, you killed the NBA in the month of April. Things are going well in baseball right now. In NASCAR, we pick up a dozen units every weekend. JJ's going crazy with tennis. Have you put any tennis plays up on the spreadsheet lately?
No, I should have. I've been pretty selective, but I've been pretty good when I've been selective. So I'll start mixing those in there as well.
Yeah, JJ's been killing tennis. And him and Joey have been doing great in baseball. Obviously, Snyder in golf is just a machine. Yeah, everything's been going well. Finally scraping profit the last few weeks in the UFC.
Yep.
And away we go. So we got it's a public show tonight. We got 10 plays probably on the spreadsheet between Spread, Tyler, HTP, JJ, and Joey. But your two official plays were what?
So I am on the Nets and the Raptors, but I'm not sure if I like the Raptors as much as when I gave it out and wrote the article, because part of my key there was the backcourt of Kyle Lowry and Fred VanVleet. Lowry's not going to play now and moved the line 3.5 points. So, obviously we can't take plays, off the sheet. Like once they're in there, we let them ride. But
Right.
That was disappointing news there. So of the two that I like, I kind of like this Brooklyn side a little better. And Dallas is taking money there. So I think I gave it out at 3.5, and I think it's 2.5 now. Yeah, so Dallas took a little home court money. I like Brooklyn to bounce back here. They were obviously stifled by a fantastic Milwaukee defense. I don't think that Dallas can defend at that same level, and I think we'll get a fully motivated team coming off 3 straight losses.
Yeah, I was just going to ask you that. Nets struggling lately. Think you feel like it's a great spot?
Yeah, I think this is a good right spot here against Dallas. They don't necessarily defend that well, and they're going to have no answers for Durant and Irving. So Dallas missing Porzingis as usual. I mean, he only plays like half the games here. And, I guess my main concern here would be that Tim Hardaway Jr. continues the hot shooting that he had in Miami. But I think that Brooklyn will be able to find an answer for that. And it's easier to get in a shootout with Miami than it is with Brooklyn.
Now, I know we have one game underway. I didn't check the score yet, but I kind of leaned Chicago Bulls. What did you and Tyler think?
So let's see. We both like the Hornets in that one. They're down right now 27-19, and we like the under in that game. Bulls are off to a great start. The reason, though, we didn't make it a play was the uncertainty with Levine coming back from COVID. Some players haven't came back as strong, but it looks like let's pull up his numbers right now. He's only scored 2 points. I'll throw that one on the TV right now. I have the Hornets game on one TV and the Nets on the other. But we'll check out this game and see if we can find a play.
I'm watching Pro Fight League, obviously. If people are punching other people, you know what I'm doing.
And is that on ESPN too?
That's on ESPN, I think regular ESPN, ESPN 1. I would think that TNT's got the 2 national games, right?
Yeah, so TNT is going to have Brooklyn, and then they'll be followed by the Los Angeles game.
Well, feels like a good day to make a little money, Spread.
Yes, it does. And yeah, I'm surprised the Pacers haven't. I thought with all the people coming out of the Pacers game. Now, did you see that last night with all the Pacers stuff?
No, what happened?
So they got a guy, Goga Batadze, who basically didn't box out. So his coach is screaming at him basically because he had given up the easy putback rebound. for the
Right.
layup. And so the coach is yelling at him. Then on the next play, T.J. McConnell finds Batazde. He hits it for three and tells the coach to sit the fuck down. The
What?
coach, yeah, the coach is from East Oakland, so he goes to fight. So they're breaking up a fight between their coach and one of their
Wait.
players on the sideline.
So after the guy doesn't box out, he nails a three,
Yeah.
looks at the coach that yelled at him, told him to sit the fuck down, and then the coach goes on the floor to fight him?
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
Yeah, it was wild. So
So
there could be some concerns in Indiana tonight here.
Did they touch each other?
No, Miles Turner held back. Miles Turner and Jeremy Lamb held back the coach. So then he left. He's not going to be out there tonight. They suspended him a night.
I was just going to say the player got suspended.
No, the coach got suspended. It's just crazy. Yeah. And we talked, Tyler and I talked about it this morning. Maybe it's because they don't have any other centers. Like if he doesn't play, they have like their next tallest guy is like 6'8" because of all the injuries.
I'll tell you what, from an organizational standpoint, I kind of understand. Like you almost have to suspend the coach, right?
Yeah.
To set an example.
Yeah.
I guess I get it. But the player should have got suspended too, at the very least.
Yeah, I'm thinking if all the centers were healthy, he probably would have. I think being the only like 7-footer on the roster, they were just like, well, we'll let it slide. They are still kind of fighting for that play-in spot. I mean, technically they would make it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was wild. So I was wondering to see how much that line would move with all that news dropping today. About the way that everything's going there in Indiana, because a pretty bad report came out on Bleacher Report on just that the head coach is having problems with the players. So could be a one and done situation there in Indiana. And if they've quit on him, that's something that we need to know. So we'll keep an eye on that tonight as well.
Yeah, Jonathan Nelson asks, first of all, welcome in, boys. Whack Prescott, my guy Diego, East, Johnny, Nelson, Kyle, Ostino. What's going on, boys? Do I think that Verdum gets the job done tonight? Yeah, I mean, on the main card, unfortunately, I think that all four big favorites probably win. I think Muhammad Usman wins, Pacheco wins, Harrison wins, Verdum probably wins. So, yeah, it's not really bettable for me. I wouldn't tell anybody to bet a 4-fighter parlay to try to get down to like even money. So yeah, it's an unbettable night of fights, but I love fighting. So I'm so
that's good.
Yeah, and then obviously me and Spread will be watching the lines all night. Let's do a quick rundown of the games that haven't started, Spread.
All right, let's go through it. So Toronto just tipped off there. The Nets haven't tipped off, but we went over that one earlier. Kind of basically just gave you my breakdown on the Hawks and the Pacers. This team seems like it's in turmoil. It's like the Hawks are past to me at this point. So we'll be looking maybe if the Pacers get off to a strong start. We can jump in on the Hawks game. The Grizzlies are playing the Pistons. The Pistons are in full tank mode. If you play well, you get benched. The latest casualty was Hamidou Diallo, who had a huge game and now all of a sudden finds himself on the injury report. They're missing half their starting lineup tonight, although they threw Corey Joseph and Wayne Ellington in tonight. But they're sitting half their lineup. So that we're looking at Memphis there. Another one, maybe if they get a slow start, we'll jump in on Memphis. But I don't see how you can back the Pistons at this point of the season. Lakers and Clippers we talked about. I actually like the Lakers to keep it close here, but definitely don't want to get involved pregame because this game seems like it has a lot of variance. Was doing some reading in it beforehand, and basically how the Lakers are going to have to go through the post because they're going to be missing LeBron James, Dennis Schrader, and Talen Horton-Tucker. I don't know if we have the exact news on him yet, but he's still questionable on the report I see. If that's the case, they run through the post. Clippers like to double out of the post a lot. Let's see how that works for the Lakers. That will be something we're looking for early on. If they're getting a lot of easy shots off those post doubles, we might want to jump in on the Lakers. If not, the Clippers probably run away with it. And that'll be something tactically that would happen if they matched up in the playoffs as well. So that'll be something fun to look for. And in the final game, the Thunder are catching 14.5 in Golden State. It's really hard to back this Thunder team right now. So most likely we're not going to get involved in that game unless something wild happens, like the Thunder get out to a huge lead and we get the Warriors at like -3.
So, in terms of games you feel that we might be able to arbitrage, what were the games? Any of them tonight?
Best ARB game? That's a good question. Maybe I'd say the two right now that are going, Nets Mavericks here is intriguing, and Wizards Raptors. I think that there might be a chance as well. I don't know if we'll be able to in the Lakers game or even in that Hawks game. The Hawks could run away with that game. We could have a bunch of blowouts in the evening.
E says, did you guys see the so-called Mayweather-Logan-Paul brawl? No, I did not. I did not. I have been dick deep in the UFC and the NASCAR Darlington race this weekend. So I haven't really come up for air, to be honest. So I'm not hip to the current events this week. Did you watch it, Spread?
Yeah, it wasn't much. It was just a brawl, and then I think one of the Paul brothers stole Mayweather's hat, and the whole thing erupted. It was obviously staged, but it was well done. Like they were going all out. Like, they need to be separated and everything. I mean, definitely staged, but it was entertaining. I could see how it would catch like a casual fan's eye and make them want to see the fight.
That's really funny, man. I started going through early NFL prep, like going through the draft grades.
Oh yeah,
and going through the teams that killed it and the teams that shit the bed. That's been kind of fun.
Who did you think did the best? Like, who had the best draft? Would you give the highest grade to?
Probably the Bears.
For getting Fields, and then they got a lineman too, right?
Yeah, they got Tevin Jenkins from Oklahoma State.
Yeah,
they got another. They got another tackle from Missouri that fell to the 5th round. That's really good.
Mm-hmm.
I liked the Bears a lot. I thought Arizona wasn't that good. I thought the Cleveland Browns killed it. They got Newsom. They got the linebacker out of Notre Dame. They got Anthony Schwartz, the wideout from Auburn. Who else did they get? They got Tony Fields, the linebacker out of West Virginia. I thought they had a really solid draft. I thought the Dallas Cowboys did okay. I thought Denver killed it. They got Surtain. They got the Javonte Williams.
Yeah.
They got that safety out of Indiana that I can't. What's his name? James Johnson or Jamar Johnson. He's really solid. I like him. They took a Auburn wideout too. That's pretty solid.
Who do you think had the worst draft?
I think the Arizona Cardinals shit the bed.
Uh-huh.
I didn't really like their draft much at all. I was looking at Pro Football Focus, and I think that they gave them like a C+ or something like that. So yeah, I mean, it's, really, really early stuff. Just trying to get familiar with the draft picks that the teams ended up getting, so it's easier to prep come July.
And have you found out more about this OTA stuff? Are they all not going?
I don't know. I really haven't figured out anything about that, to be honest. I think that the New England Patriots killed it too.
Yeah, they did well. The funny thing for me, OTAs, it doesn't really matter that much. I don't use any of it. It seems like coming out of every camp, their rookie looks great. Everyone's in the best shape of their life. It's not like we're really getting a lot of good info out of it. So,
I'll tell you
Not
what, Spread.
too worried
I
if we
think
don't get it.
if you throw out the Jets' first draft pick,
Mhm.
who I'm not high on Zach Wilson, really, to be honest.
Yeah.
But I mean, their 3 picks after that, they got Vera Tucker, the
Mhm.
old lineman out of USC. They
Yep.
got Elijah Moore, who was basically widely regarded as the 4th best wide receiver after Jamar Chase and the 2 Alabama wideouts. And then they got Michael Carter, the running back out of North Carolina, who's
everyone loved that pick.
yeah. They got Sherwood, the safety from Auburn. I think they did really well. The only bad part about their draft, I think, was the first pick.
So you don't think Wilson's going to end up turning out?
I mean, listen, I'm not fucking Todd McShay, but I mean, I wasn't overly impressed.
Yeah.
With what I saw him do at BYU this year. Were you?
No, not really. But I never get those translations right as far as who's going to be good and who's not.
Yeah, but I like their draft aside from the quarterback.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been doing that. NASCAR's at Darlington this weekend, and it's a special case where right when COVID hit, in what was that, like March, April, right around then, NASCAR, every sport was off the map for like what, over a month, right?
Right.
When NASCAR first came back, they did a double race at Darlington, and then they ended up going to Darlington again in the playoffs. So it's one of the few times that in the last probably decade where they were at 3 tracks in 1 year. So there's a lot of data, at least from last year, to see what direction that I think the race is going to go. I think that the wild card is Kyle Larson was suspended last year for being a racist, and he's back now, and he's got a phenomenal car. So where he fits into the mix, I'm not really sure. I got to figure that out. And then the UFC, it's a really good card this week. Doesn't have that bang for your buck like main event, but aside from that, top to bottom, I think it's full of really entertaining fights that are going to be, a lot of them are going to be close. And I think it's hard to bet. I think a lot of dogs are live this week. So that should be fun. But the main event was supposed to be TJ Dillashaw's return from the suspension against Corey Sandhagen. But that got pulled. Why? I'm not sure. So now there's a chick fight. Marina Rodriguez, Michelle Waterson, the karate hottie.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're the main event now. So should be fun.
Ron Lawson, I don't know about the baseball, but I like I like the Hawks money line there. I think that'll get home for you. Our guy TRR is in the chat. He's a big Tyler guy. TRR loves some Tyler props.
Oh, who's not a big Tyler guy?
Yeah.
I haven't met a person that's not a big Tyler guy.
Yeah, that's true.
A lot of people love me or hate me. Everybody loves Spread and Tyler, though.
Yeah. The chill NBA guys. All right, let's see if Toronto can get something going here. They're definitely winning the battle of the offensive glass here.
TR hit the Phil Mickelson first round leader at 20-1. Go ahead, TR.
There you go.
Yeah, we're clappers. All right, Raptors whiz underway. Toronto up 4 early. Dallas up 7 early on the Nets. Bulls up 8 right now in the second quarter. Nets are even money right now on the money line spread for the people that haven't backed them.
Yeah, I don't think that's bad at all. I think they'll end up coming through here. Fathead's on the first quarter and first half over of this Wizards game.
All right. Ronnie Lofton said, I would trade one of my daughters for Tyler. I mean, Ronnie, that seems like severe. Yeah, I'm not up to date with all the plays that the boys had. How many? There were a bunch of NBA plays on the spreadsheet tonight.
Yeah, I think we had 6. Let me double check. Oh, he moved them all off. If they haven't started, he moved them. But I think there was 6. HTB had 2 props, Tyler had 2, and I had 2. And then
Already,
Joey had 2 or 3 baseballs, right?
yeah. HTP had the Van Fleet over 23.5. That started already.
Yeah.
LaMelo triple-double. That's already underway.
I'm liking the way Toronto looks so far against Washington. Siakam's got a nice matchup tonight. They don't have a lot of answers for him.
So you think the Hornets are live to win the game? They're plus 360 on the money line right now.
Yeah, I actually think they are live to win this game. Chicago's had a lot of problems in the fourth quarter.
Can check to see how many baseball games we had today on the slate.
Did you think that Rodgers is going to stay with Green Bay?
Yeah, my gut says yeah. I mean, he's got the opportunity to stay with one team his entire career, back-to-back NFC Championship game losses, right?
Yeah.
I mean, why would you leave? Why leave now?
He supposedly hates the GM, and he was calling the GM Jerry Krause in his group text to teammates.
Really?
Yeah.
I think they find a way.
Yeah.
I think they find a way to. They drafted like he was coming back.
Yeah. Do you think Chicago will end up being good with all these moves?
It all depends on how good you think that Justin Fields is going to be.
Yeah.
You know, if they had a good quarterback, yeah, Chicago's got a solid team.
Yeah.
I think the Jets are going to be awful again. UFC is going to be wild this week with all them underdog picks, Keg. Yeah, I'm on a lot of dogs this week. We'll see what we could see. It's scary when you're on a lot of underdogs.
Yeah, but you hit the first couple and you're just like, here we go. Now I'm free rolling.
Yeah, true. Yeah, uncomfortable bets usually pan out, though.
Yeah.
Jets will never win a Super Bowl in your lifetime. Well, that's just hurtful.
Yeah, I mean that's
I mean, now that's
a long time, right?
Well, let's hope, Spread.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm only 40.
Right, we could have thought that about the Red Sox, about the Cubs, right? About the Buccaneers. I mean, all types of teams. Especially in the NFL. You can go from worst to first the easiest. I'd say basketball is the hardest one to turn your franchise around.
Do you think Deshaun Watson plays in the NFL this year?
Yeah, I think so. Oh, George
Thank
Bush is at the Mavericks game. That's wild.
you. Good old GW.
Yeah.
Everybody, like, it doesn't matter if you're a Republican or Democrat. Everybody loves George Bush now.
Yeah.
Everybody thought he was the Antichrist 20 years
Yeah.
ago that wasn't a Republican.
Yeah.
Now, big GW guys now.
Yeah.
That Kyle Busch pick was fine. Yeah, it was pretty good, bro. Another week, another 11 units. So the Raptors Wiz is pretty close. Both games actually are pretty close.
Yeah. These two I think are going to be the best games of the night right here. I don't see our guy West Coast. He was laughing at me because I kept saying in the chat, all these double-digit spreads keep covering. Why am I taking all these -2s and -3s that are extra close the whole time?
Has your opinion changed in terms of like who you think is going to win it all?
Like I upgraded Milwaukee a lot over their 2 wins over the Nets. Obviously, if the Nets are still healthy, I still like them. But without Harden, I think that the Milwaukee Bucks are now the clear-cut favorite in the East. And my reasoning is just they have the most potential to stay healthy. This is going to be the year of attrition out of most. Still a little concerned about Embiid and Simmons. I think the Bucks could stay healthy. And with Harden and that hamstring injury, even if he comes back, you can re-aggravate those really easily. So I think without Harden, I don't know if the Nets can get it done. So I've upgraded Milwaukee.
That's fair. Who's coming out of the West?
So
Lakers?
right now, if I were to like make a bet, I would probably say that the best value is on the Clippers because you can get them at about 4-1. I think they have about an equal chance to the Lakers. Same thing as with the Nets, right? If LeBron and AD both get healthy here, they're the rightful favorite. 37 years old to be turning an ankle, right? He came back. He wasn't 100%. He shut himself back down. He's going to be out for another 3 games here. If they fall into that play-in range, right? It's going to be an issue as far as not getting the rest because this team needs the rest more than any of them. My real dark horse that I really wanted to tout was the Denver Nuggets and the idea that everyone had written them off with Jamal Murray was out, but I thought that Porter Jr. and the other guards could absorb a lot of that. But then most recently they lost P.J. Dozier, who had been stepping up and playing some key minutes, and now I just think it's too much for them to overcome. You lose Murray and you lose Dozier. Right now Barton and Morris are still out. I was going to try and maybe make a run with Denver, but if I had to do one now for the best value, I'd say the Clippers give you the best value because I think they have about an equal chance as the Lakers, but you're getting a better number.
Now, how long is James Harden going to be out for?
We don't know. Like if I go to the official injury report, the last update they gave us was on Tuesday, April 20th, and it said the Nets announced that Harden suffered a setback in his rehab and is out indefinitely. So that's all they've given us. So
if he's done, you don't see them. What
I think
what
it's
about
going to be too much.
What do you think about Philly?
I think they've got a great chance too. I like them. If they stay healthy, they got a great chance too. Doc Rivers has obviously made the offense a lot better. They have the best defense. Well, arguably, this Bucks defense is looking pretty good with Tucker and Holiday as well. But they will be able to defend much better than the Nets. They have their go-to guy established in Embiid. We know that he's going to get the shots at the end of the game, and rightfully so. Embiid could be the MVP if he didn't miss those games. So they'd say have a good shot too. I'd say the West is wide open, and the East is a three-team race.
TR said Harden said that he's confident he'll return before the playoffs. There you go.
Yeah.
Is that enough time though for him to to get right, I guess, is the question, right?
Yeah. And the good thing is they can work him in because they can win most likely their first and maybe second round without him playing, more than 30 minutes a night. They're going to just need him for that Eastern Conference Finals if they make it that far.
So the Hornets are down 12 right now and like plus 440.
Yeah. This might be a Bulls smash spot here.
What
I'm
did you
wondering if they just run away with it.
on the morning show? You and Tyler both lean Hornets.
Yeah, but we said we didn't want to bet it because we weren't sure what to expect from Levine or Vukovic. Levine hasn't really given us much so far, but Vukovic already has 12-7-3, so looks like the Hornets have no answer for him. And I don't really know what adjustment they're going to make. They don't really have that good a big man. I mean, I guess Cody Zeller, but that's still, he's going to eat him alive. Right now they're trying to run P.J. Washington against him and Bismack Biyombo. Neither of those guys can keep up. Of course, Charlotte, they can get hot here, but I think I'm going to stay away from this one.
Yeah, so the Saturday show, TR, will probably be an hour or two before I go live all night for the UFC for subscribers. Coop is not going to be on with me. I'll be riding solo the whole weekend. So I'll make a video on Saturday for Darlington. And then Saturday night, we'll have the UFC going on. We'll have the Xfinity race going on. Obviously, the NBA. And then Sunday's Mother's Day. And I'll be solo probably for most of that show as well. Mikey might pop on later on, but I'll probably be on solo the whole weekend. I'll go see my mom in the morning and then be ready to go. Good race to make money, though.
Well, TRR will be hanging out. That's cool.
Yeah, nice, man. I'll be there. I'll be there. It's been nice. It's been stress-free betting the UFC on Saturdays because if we lose money, we'll just make it up on Sunday. I mean, It's like a fucking 8.
Yeah. Gosh, Bertans is just on fire.
You think he's good, or is it like at the beginning of the year, people were shitting all over him?
Well, yeah, because all he really does well is shoot three-pointers. So if they're not going in, it's tough to justify his time on the floor. But he's getting back to that 40% range he was at last year. And if he shoots from 40% from three, that big a guy, definitely a weapon.
Here come the Hornets down 3. We should have taken the shot spread.
Yeah. Wow, they did just make a run, didn't they? Malik Monk coming back now with 14 points.
I could still get him at plus 230. What was the pregame close?
+4, so that's about plus 160.
Yeah. This Toronto Wizards game's been close the whole way.
Yeah, it was the closest closing line, I believe. Because it closed at Toronto +1, I believe, after the lottery news. And then the Nets actually closed at 3. They took a little bit of money right before tip.
Yeah, so that's an option for people that have no action right now. Spread through the nets on the spreadsheet minus what, 2.5?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can get them at even money right now if you wanna tail spread and ride with me because I tailed them. I think I might just take the shot. If you
With
and
the
Tyler,
Hornets?
yeah, if you guys lean the Hornets pregame, both of you guys on the video, they're down 6.5. You can get them at plus 300. They closed at what, plus 160 ish?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a lot of value.
Yeah, I think I'll jump in with you.
Yeah, I'll throw that at the bottom. So what do you make of Floyd actually fighting Logan Paul?
He just likes money.
It's got to be an exhibition, right? He's not putting the record on the line.
Yeah, no, it's an exhibition. Yeah, TRR, I'm a little worried about that under as well, especially the way the game's trending.
Did the Hawks game start yet?
They're about to tip right now. Yeah, they just tipped.
Did you like the Hawks also?
Yeah. Especially because I read most of the stuff. I saw the play last night, and I was looking at it last night. But then after I got off the show this morning, you know, I've read the whole Bleacher Report breakdown about how many problems Bjorkgren's having. So. Let's see, though. They still have Sabonis and LeVert out there tonight, so it's not like it's absolutely terrible. But I think Brogdon's out, Lamb's out. But Tazde's actually playing, which to me is still wild. Yeah, supposedly this guy Bjorkgren's just like a guy that almost like I don't know if it's bad, but it sounded almost like Adam Gase, where like strategy wise he's just off the charts, but he's just terrible at communicating. You know, so at first the players were all excited to be running these new, you know, innovative schemes, but then they just got annoyed with them just flying off the handle all the time, and you know, I guess he just not very personable at all.
I'll tell you what, man, you got to give those Paul brothers credit. They know how to make money.
Yeah, they do.
You know?
Hey, did Adam Gase find a job? Did he get hired on anywhere? Is he even like quality control or something?
I'm not sure. I could check.
Yeah, I'm curious. Yeah, Terlansky's not impressed with the Pacers either.
I'm reading something. An article popped up from like 2 years ago that this is a quote. Head coach Adam Gase says, "I'm rich as fuck," as a response to fan criticism.
I hate when they do that.
Absolutely shocking. He's no longer the coach of the team.
Yeah, like when Cam Newton was doing that too. Buddy Hield did that on Instagram the other night. Like, it's not going to go over well.
I mean, nobody. I can't. I would think nobody would ever make him a head coach again, right? Maybe an
Yeah, I
offensive.
was just thinking maybe someone might bring him in just to like design plays or just watch tape and get individual feedback from because I mean supposedly like the X's and O's he's really sharp.
Yeah, I mean, the way Peyton Manning talked about him is the reason
Yeah.
why he got a head coaching job.
Yeah. So you would think that like, if a coach kept him like barriered almost, got like a layer in between him and the players, he could help an organization. It'd probably have to be the right coach though that, could figure out how to do that and would actually need the help. How do you think Darnold's going to do down in Carolina?
I don't know. I don't. He'll have a better shot than in New York.
Yeah, I
I'm
think
con-
so too. I mean, having Matt Rule and they still got that Brady guy, right? The coordinator.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
confident in that. Now, how much was it the team and the pieces and the head coach around him being terrible,
Yeah.
and how much was it him? I'm not sure. I guess we'll find out over the next year or two, but at least he's in a much better situation to succeed now than he was. Now the
Yeah.
win total is 6 for
Uh-huh.
the Jets.
Uh-huh.
Do you see them winning 7 games this year, bro? Like I almost, that feels like a smash spot under.
Yeah, I mean, I think I could safely say that they're going to be the worst team in the division. I would
I
say
mean,
that
I'm thinking
Buffalo's clearly the best, then Miami, and then New England, and then New York.
6 and 10 has got to be the ceiling, no?
Well, you got to remember it'd be 6-11 because they're playing 17,
Oh, right.
so
Yeah,
that's an extra chance for them to
True.
to rip one off.
6-11. Okay, yeah. Still.
Yeah.
I don't see them. I mean, they should have had like what, one win legitimately last year, maybe.
I guess the other advantage would be the fourth place schedule, though, too, because aren't they just going to play the crap from the other divisions too?
Yeah, but the crap in most divisions beats
It's
the
better.
Jets.
Yeah.
Yeah, I say under. I'm saying under.
Yeah, I like that too. Those are my favorite regular season total. Just fade the bad teams. Like,
Yeah.
stop worrying about the overs. Just play the unders on the bad teams.
I only bet one last year, and it was under in the Eagles. Well, I had that Jets don't win a game prop.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was only the
But
Eagles.
that Eagles one you cashed by like week 12, right?
Yeah, we had that in the bag. They weren't winning 10 games. That was crazy.
What?
I mean,
Where did Peterson end up? Is he not hired either right now?
I don't know. I'll check.
Yeah, David Walsh hit a nice little under there. He says big play with New England under 9. I mean, you were pretty.
That was a great one.
Yeah, that was pretty sweat for it too.
I mean, Pro Football Talk 3 weeks ago had an article that says, "Will Doug Peterson return to coaching?" That was 3 weeks ago.
Wow. I'm actually more surprised. Gase, I can understand why he'd be like, not necessarily blackballed, but people would probably be hesitant to bring him in, unless it was like the perfect situation. Peterson, though, he seems like, I mean, 2 years ago, he's one of the hottest names in coaching, right?
He's a Super Bowl winning coach.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know how he doesn't get an opportunity to coach another team. I don't
Who's
know.
their new coach? He's like a Joe Judge type of guy, right? He's all wild with the press conferences. Sirianni or
I didn't watch. I didn't watch his press conference.
did you
Did
see
you
the
hear?
Lions coach press conference?
Yeah,
We're like stomping people
yeah,
out and choking them, and
yeah. Um, the Eagles coach is Nick Sirianni. Did you hear
yeah,
something like Urban Meyer wants to bring in
Tebow.
to be a tight end?
Yeah, I saw that.
I mean,
I think Urban Meyer's going to do good there. I think he's. I think that's like talk about going. You could say, "Oh, Jacksonville will never win a Super Bowl in their lifetime." Look how much better they look now than they did last year at this time, right? And they got
yeah.
the best quarterback prospect. I think. I personally think he's going to be fantastic. And we'll
Nobody,
see though.
nobody, nobody wants to hear that.
You don't think Urban Meyer's going to be that good?
No, I thought you were talking about Trevor Lawrence.
Oh well, that's not even a hot take. I think Urban Meyer's going to be really good there. I was always impressed with him.
Yeah, I think he's a great coach. Does it trend? I mean, look at Nick Saban.
Yeah, that's the curiosity. Is he going to be Saban or will he be Pete Carroll?
Right, exactly. I'll tell you what, if Tim Tebow's big enough where if he could block decent, I don't think he would be a bad tight end.
Yeah, no, I mean that's what they were saying the whole time that he should have done the first time he was about to leave the league. That he should have switched back then.
Yeah, I could dig it. I hope that Urban Meyer doesn't do well because that means that if he does, Trevor Lawrence is probably killing it.
Yeah,
And that's going to hurt my heart. So,
yeah. Steve thinks Urban's going to do well too.
Steve Boynton, why aren't you on the show right now, bro?
I think he's making dinner. He said.
Making dinner. The good news is this week at least all the games are close spread.
Yeah,
We could have opportunities tonight.
definitely.
Last week it was a 20-point blowout in every game.
Yeah, I'm worried that's how our evening slate's going to be. Pacers are playing good so far, so is always going to be an interest to see how the teams respond when they're when those crazy reports come out. Do they kind of band together or is it all true? Or do they just take it as an excuse to just quit on their coach? But they haven't looked like they quit so far. They're up 20-14 as Sabonis just hits to 3.
14-game MLB slate tomorrow night, Keg. If you could swing a show, I'll bully Gavin to come on with me. Maybe Joey. I know Joey's got to film a fighter video, and I got a little bit more prep to do for the UFC and NASCAR. But maybe I already sent Gavin an email saying that I'll send him an invite on Saturday night if he's around.
Yeah, Pacers are definitely trying hard. So the next question is, how is this limited rotation going to hold up as the game goes on? Because they are missing a lot of pieces.
Man, some of the Pro Fight League fights are just super low level.
They're like
this,
county fair, huh?
Yeah, this looks like two broads fighting at a bar right now. He said a county fair.
I don't know if you knew that. Like a couple of the guys that I worked with or would go to the gym with, they'd have the real local, like low level MMA, and I'd go out to support them sometimes. And it'd always be at like the county fairgrounds or something. And that's the last place that people want to get drunk and talk smack.
Yeah.
Most of the people at those things are the people that train with the people that are fighting. So even if they look normal, they're all a bunch of badasses.
Fair play to you, Spread. So, for anybody that's not a member of Run Pure Bets, we are absolutely killing it right now. We sent this out on Twitter yesterday. Now, this has changed a little bit because of last night and today. We're up over 80 units now on the site year to date, and I think we're up like 20 and a half units now in May. But we're off to a super fast start in May. If you want to join us, go to runpuresports.com. Use promo code BETS25 off, and it'll get you 25% off the first month. So instead of it being $60 a month, it will be $45 for the first month. So use that promo code. Come check us out. Ton of contents, ton of daily picks, videos, live shows, articles, everything, every sport. All right, that's my sales pitch. 2-point game in Dallas. Brooklyn right now, minus 130 on the money line. Actually, they just tied it up.
Yeah.
Raptors starting to pull away a little bit in the second quarter for you.
Yeah, definitely liking that. Yeah, that was one of the things. If it was a normal day, I would have been really upset about Lowry. And obviously, I would have liked him in there. But since the main angle for that game for me was the fatigue fade, 5th game in 7 nights for the Wizards. Also coming off, I mean, if you watched that game last night, so I had it on the sheet. I came up short. You know, they only won by 1. I laid, I think, 3 with the game or 3.5. But it was a fun game. They were getting up and down the court, you know, running like crazy. But it just seemed a lot to play that really tough game against Milwaukee. Who I think Milwaukee's a little bit more physical than they get credit for, you know, and then to travel all the way to Tampa to take on this Raptors team that basically, I mean, I don't know if it's for sure because I haven't done all the possibilities in my head, but it's basically do or die for them tonight. If they don't win, I think that you can pretty much count their playing chances just out of it altogether. So I just thought it was a great spot for Toronto. So even without Lowry, I still liked it. And we'll see if Brooklyn can bounce back here now as they take, I think, their first lead of the game. Maybe they were ahead in the first 10 points, but first lead in a while.
So what were your thoughts on LeBron all of a sudden, like talking smack about the playing scenario? Because now they're in a spot where they're probably going to have to play in, right?
Yeah, isn't that typical LeBron? I mean,
yeah,
I mean, sometimes he doesn't do himself any favors with these quotes. So I think the playing's great. I mean, if you look at it, for example, if there was no playing, this Raptors game would be nothing for him, and Siakam probably wouldn't be playing. Van Fleet probably wouldn't have been playing. Right? They would have run like Malachi Flynn and a bunch of G League guys out there trying to see who should be in the rotation for next year. Now with this playing spot still on the line, they're still going for it. You know.
So this was what the NBA's attempt to eliminate tanking, basically.
Yeah, because now it's like everyone, even the Kings, you know, could technically still make it. 10% chance according to what is that 538 are the ones that do all the statistical models.
Yeah.
So I love it. I think it's great, and I think the play-in tournament itself, you know, even though it's not going to have any championship ramifications, it's going to be a lot of fun. It'll be that because what do we love about the college basketball? The one game winner take all, right? Because, you know, like Duke and well, not Duke this year, but Gonzaga, they probably don't lose like 7-game series, right? But in that one game, you know, Baylor can beat them or, you know, all the cool upsets we get during the tournament. So because it's, you know, the winner go home, I mean, I think it's just going to be a fantastic week.
Yeah, you know, I still don't know exactly like how it's set up.
Cool. I'll
Like,
break it down for you real quick. So
is it
on the first.
Yeah, go ahead.
So the first Tuesday, it'll be Tuesday and Wednesday. West Coast. I'm not sure it'll be West and East first, but the 7 and 8 will play each other. Right. One
Right.
game, winner gets 7. Then 9
Okay.
and 10 play each other the same day. Loser is eliminated. Then the winner of 9, the winner of the 9-10 and the loser of the 7-8 would play like on Thursday, and that winner of that would get the 8th seed.
So you got 20 teams live to make the playoffs every year.
Yeah, I think it's much better. Because tanking's so out of control in the NBA, because in the NFL draft, you're getting star players in the second or third round. In the NBA, it's really hard to get a stud like out of the top 10. So it's just the incentive to tank is too high in the NBA. So I think it's great.
And the first round is what, 5 or 7 games?
I think it's 7. It should still be 7. I don't think they've done 5 for a while.
So that would mean that basically the 8th seed is going to play 2 games in 2 days before they start the 7-game series.
Yeah.
Got it.
So that's why for the Lakers, even though I don't think they would lose the play-in scenario, to not have that week off, I think would be huge for them. Which I also think gives them incentive to kind of stay out of the 6. Whereas normally it's like they wouldn't have fallen out of the top 8. But now they have to stay in the top 6, so they kind of have an incentive to pick it up tonight and keep it going.
Wow, they've fallen that far down, huh? The Lakers?
Yeah, they are in, I think, 6th right now. They're tied. They're basically tied with the Mavericks. And for 6th and 5th and 6th, they have the same record. I think the Mavericks have a tiebreaker. And then Portland's a half game tonight, and the Lakers play Portland tomorrow.
How many more games do we have in the regular season?
Most teams have 7 left.
Oh, wow. So we're getting close. We're going to have those NBA playoff live betting shows are going to be fun, man.
Yeah, it's going to be great. So I'm really looking forward to it.
Might be time to live bet the Hawks. I mean, they're still minus 160 on the money line right now.
That's wild.
And minus 2.5.
This is also when they should make their run, because I think that these reserve minutes where they're going to have the big advantage tonight.
Yeah, I mean, if they were their closing number was what, 6.5, so you're getting a 4-point discount right now. Charlotte shit in the bed, can't make a run. You remember Jonathan Coachman, Spread?
Yeah.
Apparently he does PFL, Pro Fight League, play-by-play, I guess now.
Okay.
He was a big WWF guy, right?
Yeah, he went WWF to ESPN. And then WWF just signed a ESPN guy recently. They got Adnan Virk. Did you ever listen to him? He did baseball for ESPN for a while.
Oh, yeah. What's he going to do?
He does the Monday Night Raw. Yeah, he does the play-by-play.
Wow.
I haven't seen it yet. I don't know if he's any good, but I'll probably check it out one night. But that'll probably be after the NBA season, because right now it's too much basketball going on.
I mean, I still call it the WWF. So
yeah, I mean, I do too. I like that name better.
That tells you the last time I sat down.
Well, you're not missing much. I mean. Oh, I kind of like JJ's little play for tomorrow. I see that. That's not bad.
Tennis?
Yeah. Those will be fun matches, too.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how Clarissa Shields does too, John.
Oh, she's in there?
Yeah. I don't think, bro, they brought over the ring announcer too, Spread. The blonde. Remember the blonde from the WWE, the ring announcer?
All right, I got to switch it real quick. Is it on
I mean,
ESPN?
it's like a WWE reunion.
Who are you talking about? Lillian Hall or what's her name?
I maybe I don't know names, but she's definitely the old WWE chick. She's like on the older side too.
I think it's Lillian Garcia, and she can sing like really good. Like everyone thought she was just an announcer, and then one time, like can't remember what happened, but whoever's supposed to sing the national anthem didn't show up, and they had her do it, and she just like crushed it.
Yeah, that's her. That's
Yeah.
her.
Yeah.
I don't think Clarissa Shields is fighting tonight though. But everybody's talking.
This guy looks like Boomer Esiason. That looks like a buff Boomer Esiason is the referee.
Yeah, that's like a foot and a half shorter.
Doesn't he do a local radio show in New York?
He had the number one morning show in the country when it was Boomer and Carton.
Oh, okay. And Carton's the guy that got in trouble, right?
Right, but he does afternoon drive now. He's back.
Oh, okay.
After the
Do you
jail
like
sentence.
him? Is he good?
He's
Carton?
he's the best sports radio guy I think in history.
Oh,
I think he's better than Francesa. I think he's the best. He's probably the best to ever do it. Carton's a beast. That's why they and he has a huge fan base. That's why they let him back in the door.
Yeah.
Well, that fight wasn't very long. Jesus Christ. Hawks down to even money now.
Brooklyn's making a nice little run here. Kyrie Irving's playing well.
I would have thought Sabonis would have had problems with Clint Capella, no?
Yeah, I thought so too, but they're doing a good job of isolating them off players that aren't Capella.
Ex-Packer John Kuhn says Rodgers is conflicted because he loves to be a Green Bay Packer.
But he hates the manager, right? The GM.
He said, "Yeah, this is a former fullback that played there for a decade. Says he thinks that there's 70 to a 75% chance Rodgers plays for Green Bay this year."
Oh, okay.
I mean, you don't want to go the Brett Favre route, bro, and like play for the Jets and the Vikings. Like, just retire in Green Bay. You got one of the best teams in the NFC right now.
Yeah.
Come on, Hornets. Make a run. Some defense wouldn't be bad. That would be pretty cool. Fathead said, "You think Atlanta has a chance tonight?"
Yeah. Even though they're down 12, I mean, they can score quickly. They can go on runs.
Come on, Charlotte. You're in the bonus halfway through the quarter, bro. Pound the paint. Let's make a run. Missing free throws is not the way to go, though. You see any live totals that you like?
Let's go over them real quick. Bulls 222. I think that closed at 217, 224. Keep an eye on that. I'd probably like to go to the under. This Nets game closed at about 243. It's at 238 right now. That seems about right. I kind of like the under there, as I thought that there was a little bit of potential for this game to slow down. Wizards Raptors isn't on the board for me right now. I got a Grizzlies Pistons at 234, which is pretty high for a game that has blow up potential. Maybe looking for an under there. And this Hawks Pacers is 243, and that seems right the way that these guys are getting up and down the court. You don't have plus money on Atlanta yet, Fathead? Oh yeah, it's still minus 119. That's wild.
Yeah.
Shows you how much these books just don't want to take this. They must have a ton of Atlanta liability today, though. I can't imagine anyone reading that report today and then wanting to bet the Pacers unless they're just like an ultra contrarian. But I mean, even the poor coach, they're saying anonymous sources like I'm not even worried about him as a coach. I'm worried about him as a person. Like he's really struggling with all this. Like everything that's not going well for him. So that my guess is that they have a lot of Atlanta liability right now, and they don't want to incur anymore. Warriors are all the way out to plus 15. Wow, no one wants to bet on the Thunder either. Marty Riggs joined. What's up, buddy?
Martin Riggs, I could see you, bro. This Nets Mavericks game looks like it's going to be a shit fest.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're down 9 and still minus 110 right now, the Hawks.
Yeah, it's just too easy for this team to go on a run.
Now they're plus 105, down 11.
Yeah, and of course you can't go on a run unless you get some stops. So,
right. Bro, they got 50 with 8 minutes left in the second quarter.
Yeah.
This new NBA is wild.
Do you think Tampa will do good again this year?
Probably. I didn't have them pegged all year, man.
Yeah.
They cost me so much money last year because I just wouldn't believe in them because of Brady, and that's why I lost like $40K in the NFL playoffs.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I somebody else has a better beat on them than I do. I remember like the 1995 Knicks. Like if they had 50 at the half, you were feeling great. You were like, we're gold.
All those
got this.
playoff games were like 82-79.
Yeah.
And that's what people don't like. What's crazy about Jordan is like he was dropping like 35, and the final score would be like 82-79.
Yep.
It's different than dropping like 35, like Bradley Beal in a 154-147 game. You know.
Nothing beats those Ewing teams, like with Marv Albert calling every Knicks game.
Yeah, and Anthony Mason, I thought he had like the coolest haircut back then.
Yeah, and
Excellent
Oakley.
designs. Yeah.
You got kicked in the nuts and punched in your face if you went in the paint.
Yeah.
I mean, it was glorious, those old school Knick games. The Hornets can't get a stop at all. They're going to lose this game. Yeah, if you haven't betted, I would probably avoid it.
Yeah.
They just can't get any stops.
Y2J's hunting for that arb.
In what game?
And he wants that Hawks. He wants that. They were at plus 148, plus 150. Yeah, I got a plus 153 on there right now.
Yeah, they're plus 170 right now, down 13 on Bet365.
Yeah, it's not bad. I just got taken off my board. That was gonna.
Charlotte they can't even make a free throw.
TRR, that Suns game though, that was a perfect position for the Hawks. I mean, the Suns, they were at the end of a road trip off a back-to-back. I think they played it's either New York or Boston the night before. All right, let's see what other games we got on. Well, Pistons are ahead of the Grizzlies. Well, it's quite the night in the association. At least these games are close.
Yeah. And they're still plus 180. Detroit's going to really have to extend their lead in order to get Memphis in the plus money.
Yeah. Y2J's on the Hawks if it hits plus 180.
Go ahead, Y2J. Bulls are just dick stomping the Hornets. That's a half unit on the spreadsheet. Gone.
My original lean on that TRR is that the Lakers do hang with the Clips, but I got no problem not getting involved pregame because if they get confused by the Clippers' defense as they're trying to run their offense through the post, it could be a blowout. But if they navigate it pretty easily, they'll definitely keep it close. So that'll definitely be a good one for us to watch the first quarter. Yeah, I do think the Nets close it out. If you already got 2 units, though, that seems pretty good. Fathead's going for those first half overs going again, huh? No, I mean TRR, you're smart not to trust this Raptors team. So, fortunately, I believe the Wizards are just going to be too tired to make a run. But we've seen this happen before, and if anyone is just a nonstop go guy, it's Westbrook.
Well, I'm 7-7 in May now. Spread could be
Right.
worse.
Yeah. Pacers are flying around the court, so they obviously maybe some of these reports could have been exaggerated because they're not playing like a team that wants their coach fired. That's just good basketball.
Wow, look at the Pacers pulling away in the second quarter.
Yeah, man, they're just like I said. There was two ways that they were going to respond. I thought that they were going to give up on this guy. I thought that they were done with him, but they're not playing like a team who's done with their coach today. Flying around the court, energetic on defense, and they're not just standing around watching on offense. They're all cutting to the rim and making good plays. So maybe the reports of Yorkran's demise were greatly exaggerated.
I should have stuck with my initial lean on the Bulls, man.
Yeah, I mean they're just they're putting it on Charlotte.
Yeah, they're killing them. Washington always finds a way to sneak back in a game.
Yeah, well, they're sneaky explosive too. So guys in the chat, who do you guys like tonight, Lakers or Clippers at this 8.5 number?
What's your lean?
My lean is the Lakers, but I definitely don't want to get involved. There's just too many variables. There is blow up potential here for the Clippers. So, but I lean the Lakers here just because 8.5 is a lot. TRR likes the Clippers.
Terlansky said the NBA is a joke. It's hard to bet pregame, man. It's hard to bet in game.
Yeah.
It's a tough league. I'm completely content with just sticking to football, racing, and fighting. There was only one night game in baseball, huh?
Yeah, Thursdays they usually do a bunch of day games because they're traveling for the weekend series, right? Because they'll go Friday night, Saturday, and then Sunday afternoon. Ron Lofton's in on Grizzlies. That's not a bad look, though.
All right, Ronnie. MLB umpiring is equally a joke. Stay away from that sport too, Adam.
All right, Y2J says, here come the Hawks. Yeah, let's see these guys get back into it. There we go. Now we see some hustle from Atlanta. Gallinari diving on the floor. We got a Trae Young fast break. Who is that? Is that JT Hayes guy, Tony Snell?
JT Hayes.
He's great on that show.
He is. He is good. I like him. Let's go. They got Randy. PFL's got Randy Couture and Kenny Florian calling fights.
That's not bad. Florian's really good, right?
Yeah, that's solid. That's solid team. Definitely. Randy Couture is a legend.
Yeah.
Florian's good. You ever listen to his podcast with John Anik?
I used to here and there.
It's really good. I enjoy that. Here come the Wizards, down 3.
Oh, that's not good. All right, I'll throw that game on.
Back to the poker room for Joe Chris. The Hornets look real bad. Yeah, they do. No, I don't. I think all 4 favorites win, and they're all huge favorites. So I'm staying away.
Toronto on a field goal drought right now. Jump ball, huh? I'll take that.
Yeah, Muhammad Usman is that's his brother. Yeah, you could like parlay all 4 favorites to get like slight plus money, but I mean,
That never seems to work out though.
yeah, you got to go 4-0 to cash a 1-unit bet.
Yeah.
It's just not what I do. The Hornets probably won't cover 9.5.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, Ron. Actually, I like that look there, Ron.
Yeah, that's true. That's a smart angle.
Raptors got a technical. Come on, guys.
Maybe that's what they need, though, to get their asses moving.
DFL asked who's the biggest fraud team heading into the playoffs. I think the most overvalued team right now is probably the Utah Jazz. I mean, they were playing so well earlier in the year, and obviously they're on a bad run right now, missing both Conley and Mitchell. But I still think that they're going to have problems matching up against the best teams in the West. So They should be able to get out of the first round this year, but a second round exit wouldn't surprise me. For a 2 seed, I guess that would be my pick there. Yeah, this game's getting chippy here in Washington. Let's see. I think this will work in our favor, especially if Washington's tired.
Detroit's really up 9 at the break, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, Pacheco was a big favorite in this fight right now. Jesus Christ, look at the scars on this girl. What does she have to fight for her food?
It's a good way to cut weight.
I mean, my God.
I'm going to go fire up a cup of coffee. I'll be right back.
Go ahead, Spread. You do you, buddy. So does everybody that's watching this show right now, do you guys watch the Sunday NASCAR show that I do public? I hope you do. Because if you don't, you're missing out. I could pay your rent every month if you watch that show. Larissa Pacheco's a beast. She should win this fight. GT Randy, can you oh no. This not gonna last very long. This is not where you wanna be. You're in fucking trouble deep right now. Pacheco just looking to end it early. I mean, this is just a bad play. Stop the fight, bro. What are you doing? Just stop. What are we even talking about right now? Are like the fight's still happening? GT Randy, do you have a do you use the legal sportsbook market like FanDuel, DraftKings, Bet365, BetMGM, or are you offshore? She hit her with a 4-piece from the jump. Wow, that was beautiful. You're in New York, so offshore. When Spread comes back, I'll ask him because he used to be on the Sunday NASCAR shows with me. I think the best NASCAR live betting book in the world right now is probably Bet365, and the second best is probably DraftKings. But I'll have to ask Spread about the offshore market. Spread, when you used to be on the NASCAR shows with me,
Yeah.
what was the best live betting offshore book?
Bovada.
Okay. So that's the one then you should probably use.
It was by far the best one.
You still use that one to this day, right? For the plays?
Yeah.
For the NASCAR in the Discord?
Yeah. Or bookmakers sometimes too, if they got a better line. But when we were on the shows, I had Bovada because they had the best layout for like reading and getting the information. When I'm just grabbing the Discord and going straight to the play, I'll usually check bookmaker first because they sometimes they'll have better lines. They don't. That's weird,
Well,
GT Randy. I'm surprised.
They don't accept New Jersey players either, Bovada.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
That doesn't. I wonder why.
Bookmaker doesn't have live NASCAR betting anymore?
Yeah.
I know my bookie does.
They're the worst ones out of the offshores to cash out for. I mean, they'll pay you. It just takes forever. Well, not forever, but 2 or 3 days. And Bookmaker and Bovada and BetOnline will give you same day. Yeah, BetOnline doesn't have it.
I guess my bookie's probably the only one that I know.
Yeah.
Which is absurd that every offshore book doesn't have live NASCAR betting. I mean, it's the biggest, like, United States spectator sport in the country.
Is it really?
By a mile, bro. What do you think about the Hawks third quarter spread?
What line are you seeing?
I don't know. Fathead's asking.
I'll pull it up. NBA quarters. Do I have a Hawks on here? No, these are all pregame. All right, I'll go to the Hawks and see if I got a third quarter number here. I don't have a third quarter number right now. I only have a -8 for the second half. What are you seeing, Fat? -3.5? Yeah, I mean, I probably like it. I mean, I haven't seen, other than the Pacers really just flying around, I haven't really seen a lot to make me think that the Hawks can't turn this around. I mean, they should still be able to keep up with them scoring. You know, I'm not surprised that the Pacers are doing so well on offense. I'm surprised that the Hawks are having as much problem scoring as they are.
FanDuel is pretty terrible with their NASCAR live betting. I agree. The only good thing about FanDuel is that they're asleep at the wheel a lot of the time, and you'll get way better odds over at FanDuel than you might get minute to minute on Bet365 and DraftKings, but their lines are off the board for 3/4 of the race at FanDuel, and they take their lines off the board way earlier than DraftKings and Bet365 do. And if you've watched me for the last 4 years, you need to be able to live bet a race late. So FanDuel's pretty garbage. I'm not going to lie.
Do you see Kelly in Vegas got signed on with ESPN?
No.
Yeah, what's their show called? Like, I can't remember what their show is. With
She's killing it, that girl.
what's the show with Clay Travis on it?
Oh, that's on Fox Sports, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, it is. Whatever the
Yeah.
ESPN version of it is, I think she's going to be on that one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Good
Daily
for her.
Wager. Thank you, gentlemen. Yeah, Daily Wager.
Good for her. She's worked hard to get where she is. Last 5 years in the industry.
Didn't she kind of make her name as a proxy for the Super Contest?
Yeah, but before that, she used to be the girl that used to literally dress up in like a bra and panties and talk about football betting.
Oh, all right.
So
yeah, there's plenty of those now on the timeline.
Oh yeah. But good for her. She does have a huge proxy service though.
Yeah.
For the Super Contest. Yeah, there's probably going to be a lot of people who aren't going to be able to watch Sunday because of Mother's Day. But I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Just have me in your ear from the phone while you're sitting at the dinner table. If you're looking to pick up,
the little Bluetooth,
the fucking rent money this week, that's what you got to do.
Just keep the Discord notifications on. You'll be okay.
Yeah, exactly.
TRR, we can't call an NBA game with a minute to go in the third. Especially not a game that's a 1-point game.
Kyle said, I'll be here. My mom lives in Florida. So it's a phone call.
There we go.
My man. Yeah, Coop and I were going through it. The 2 Sunday shows that we didn't make money were Talladega and Daytona. Of all the weeks of NASCAR Cup races this year, and we're up to like 123 units of profit. Actually, 124.3 to be exact. Profit on that Sunday NASCAR show since February 14th.
Yeah.
It's like every game's close almost, but the game that we actually took a shot on.
Yeah.
And I guess the Hawks are getting the doors blown off too. If these games are close, though, in the fourth quarter, 2 and 3 point swings, you're going to be able to get a lot of plus money. How long have I been watching NASCAR? Like seriously watching it? Probably since 2013, maybe. Actually, I could tell you because Kyle Busch had only been in the sport.
Net's blowing fast breaks. Come on, guys.
I started watching the year that Kyle Busch became a Cup regular. That's how he became my favorite driver. Like he had just joined the Cup Series. At that point, I think it was probably the Monster Energy Series, I want to say. At that point. 2005. Wow, I was way off. It was the Nextel Cup Series at that point, and he drove the number 5 Kellogg's car. Is what he drove, which I think had previously been like Terry Labonte's car. So yeah, I can't believe that we're in 2021 already. So a long time, man. I was only 24 maybe when I really started getting into it. My brother was like diehard NASCAR since like he was 10. And then when he died, I kind of took over the NASCAR mantle in the family. Time flies, bro. It's like my brother's been like dead like over a decade already. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy how like
How old were you when that happened?
It was 2011. So I was 31.
Wow.
Yeah, 4/11/11 was the date. I'm not over 59 years old. Are you crazy, bro? I just turned 40 and I want to put a bullet in my head. It was like the most depressing birthday ever. I am old though. It's crazy. Like when I was in high school, I thought somebody that was 40 was like a relic.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, you're 40, bro? You got a foot in the grave. Now I keep telling myself 40 is the new 28.
Yeah. Right? If Brady can do it, so can we.
Yeah. Brady's winning Super Bowls at like, how old is he? 42?
43 this year, I think.
All right. We're good then, Spread. Me and you, we're good.
Yeah, we're good.
Look at Kamaru Usman's brother, Spread.
How old is he?
He's fighting.
Oh, he's on right now?
You know? Yeah, I don't know, to be honest with you. I don't know. Let me see if I can find that out. I'd be interested to know. It says it's his younger brother. So, how old is Usman? Maybe 30? Kamaru Usman is 33, so he's younger than 33. That's all I know. Yeah, Spread looks younger than I do.
Only right now. I've been getting some sun. We've been playing baseball in the mornings, and it's been nice out. So
I look like I'm like 34 with the hat on, and like 51 when the hat's off. That's my range. This is going to be a really good last quarter of basketball in this Nets game.
yeah, it's gonna be fun.
I mean, it looks like they gave Usman like a layup. I mean, what was he like minus a nickel in this fight? Brandon Sales plus 300. Yeah, minus 400 he is.
TR said, "Screw it, I'm taking the 4 favorites at plus 117."
Oh no! Now I got to root you in, bro.
Yeah, we will.
Now I got to root you in. His brother's a heavyweight, though. His brother's a big boy. This Pro Fight League spread, it's kind of like a football. Like there's a regular season and a playoffs.
Uh-huh.
That's their shtick.
Did you like it? Do you think it's better or worse?
I mean, the caliber of like MMA fighters not good, not great. There's nothing like watching the UFC. One championship, I would say, is probably the closest.
You like them
Right
better than Bellator?
Yeah,
What's the one that comes on after AEW? Is that one?
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that one's pretty fun.
I think one is probably better than Bellator, and I think the only thing that comes close to the UFC is Old School Pride. That's it.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
I liked Strike Force too. We had a lot of fun watching those.
Strike Force was good.
Showtime.
Strike Force was good. You know what? Also, the WEC.
Yeah, those were really good.
Right. But the UFC bought both those companies and picked at everybody that was good and absorbed them. Yeah, old school WEC, like when Cerrone was like young and fighting in WEC.
Yeah.
That was the shit. And Old School was great.
I went to a WEC because when Faber was doing well, they would host him here when he was the champion. So I went to a WEC and I went to WEC. I never went to a Strike Force though.
Well, yeah, the first time Faber fought Dominic, I can't think of his last name.
Dominic Cruz?
Thank you. Couldn't think of his last name. Yeah, the first time that Faber fought Dominic Cruz was in WEC.
Yeah. That was when he was really good. He was one of the ones that was like, a little late. Like when he was finally at UFC level, that wasn't the best version of him, I don't think.
Of who? Faber?
Yeah. I
Yeah,
think his
both.
prime was in WC.
I think you could make the argument maybe both because,
Yeah.
but by that time, Cruz had already had at least one knee surgery.
Yeah.
Yeah, WEC was great. And then like old school Pride, like Vanderlei in his prime.
Yeah.
Like,
and they didn't drug test at all.
No. There used to be steroids backstage, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
You got like you got to watch, like, there's a couple documentaries on Pride back in the day. Yeah. It was crazy.
And you can knee people in the head. Old school
you could
Pride.
do that. You could do that now in one. I mean, that's how Mighty Mouse lost.
Can you?
Yeah, he was sitting on the ground and got kneed in the face.
Oh well, I remember there was a guy, Mark Hunt, that had the little documentary written off him, and that was like his best move.
The walk
when he
off.
went to UFC, he didn't know how to finish. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Was that no? It's Mark Kerr, right? Y2J. Mark Kerr, right? Not Mark Hunt.
You can't be Kamaru Usman's brother and lose to Brandon Sales, bro. I mean, what are we doing here? Come on. We got a root TR in here.
No.
Does this guy throw anything other than a left hook? I mean, how can this guy be an Usman?
I don't know.
Yeah, I guess like Fortnite or something like that.
Sales minus 200 live. Crazy.
Hey.
Hey.
Hey, did you jump in on those the Caesar stocks?
The who?
Caesar. Ticker
No,
Caesar.
what is
What?
is that?
I thought you were doing stock trading.
Oh no, I haven't since sports came back.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you should have jumped in on Caesar. I'm sorry. I thought Spread told you to do it. Naughty, naughty. Somebody's in trouble.
I don't think Spread told me to do it. Why? How's it doing?
Oh, it's going really well, man. I bought it at 73, and it's up to 102 right now. It's projected to just keep going up and up because Caesar is like monopolizing on the legal gambling industry right now. They are going around dumping millions of dollars and just buying everybody out. They bought out William Hill. First, I had stocks in William Hill, and then as soon as I got word that Caesar was buying them out, dumped all William Hill, put it all in Caesar, and it's just been ever since.
Did you buy Penn when it was like $4?
No. Mm-mm.
Yeah, I didn't either. Kicking myself in the face for that.
I think Penn's having problems getting non-NFL customers.
Well, I know Caesar's owning, like, they literally own everything. I wouldn't suggest buying in right now, though, because word's pretty much got out that their stocks are projected to just keep rising, so. But that sucks then.
So when I was at Silver Legacy, though, it was a William Hill Sportsbook still.
Caesar owns William Hill.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're still going to see William Hill, like, yeah, they just got bought out.
I thought like Paddy Power or something owned William Hill.
No, Caesar owns William Hill.
Look at you becoming a little Gordon Gecko.
Oh, and I dumped, like, just to kind of pull a little bit of cash out for my daughter's got an Alaska trip coming out, and I was like, how much money did I make off of this? Okay.
Go ahead, try it. Go do the damn thing.
So I kept telling him, I was like, hey, put money in it. Actually, no, I have to thank the degenerates in my life, you, Spread. I got to thank you guys, because I never would have utilized my, numerical and accounting powers and, the female in me of wanting to nonstop make money if it weren't for this person trying to encourage me to also participate in his addiction. So, I'm sorry, it's not addiction, it's a job.
Yeah, it's not addiction if you don't shit the bed. Then it becomes a job.
I mean, we disagree at certain points of that, but doesn't mean I'm not going to be supportive of your job.
Listen, settle down over there in California, okay?
I mean, for as much stupid shit as I spend money on, we're going to disagree. Where he thinks it's fucking stupid where I have like a pair of shoes in every color. I don't. I think it's stupid that he watches, NBA all day long. I feel like his time would be better spent watching a real sport like baseball. But,
Spread, first of all, settle down, okay? Because that's just blasphemous. That comment.
I don't know. Baseball's America's sport.
Number two, Spread told me that you're off keto. How's that going? Are you eating everything that you want in life now?
No.
And M&M's earlier, though.
I had M&M's earlier because I'm a female. I also had mustard with him, so we're not going to talk about that shit either. So
wait,
yeah.
What?
Yeah, that fucking gross, man.
Mustard and M&M's?
It's a chick thing, man. I mean, it's a chick thing.
Are you pregnant?
Nope.
Who Spread? Have you ever heard of that in your life?
No, it sounded absolutely disgusting to me too.
That's because look, he doesn't seem to understand this. It's like I have a problem with just not saying, like all girls do this shit. We just don't really talk about it. It's supposed to be like a secret that we keep from the male sex, and I'm like, I don't care.
Listen, I'm all for eating weird shit. I eat some weird shit sometimes, but that is a combination that I can't fathom tasting well.
Well, it was fucking delicious last night, and I can't even say that I was under the influence of anything. It was just really great. I was like sitting there, and I was like,
honey? Is it like honey mustard that's sweet, or is it like spicy like normal mustard?
It's the Dijon.
Is it Grey Poupon?
It's the Dijon. It's Dijon, a little bit of spice.
Grey Poupon and M&M's.
Have you guys watched any new documentaries? I'm a big documentary guy.
I have not watched any new documentaries. Like mustard and M&M's. I have a microwave. No. We don't have the same. I'm sorry. 1 second. I'll get back to you. No. I have a microwave. We do not have the same home. Like, obviously, that's why shit works out. Is because he'd be fucking dead if we had the same living arrangements. It works out for like 4 hours. Maybe like 4 hours. Yeah. And then I go home. Shit, I'm sorry. Documentaries. I have not watched any new documentaries. I was kind of checking out that Son of Sam one, though.
Oh, I watched all of them, actually, but I don't think that's that new because I saw it a couple of years ago.
Really? Because it just like...
Yeah. It was at the top, right? Like when you first turn on Netflix, it was like the big... I watched them all last night. And then when I was done with them, I was like, I think I've watched this before. Like I feel like I watched it already, but
yeah,
I watched.
Sorry, Jonathan Nelson was pointing out. I was like, it may have been. I'll have to look it up now because I mean, frankly, it's like you see one documentary on a serial killer. I mean, what
Yeah, you know why? Because I'll tell you because like Netflix has the staircase, right? But the staircase documentary was a documentary years ago that I watched, and then Netflix bought it and put it on their service. So
gotcha.
I want to say like I already watched that Son of Sam's one, but I watched them all last night. It was pretty good.
Yeah, no, I've been watching. I'll have to check it out. I was kind of eyeing it, and I figured it's one of those ones I gotta watch when kids are asleep and he's asleep. So pretty much anything after
I'm usually
8 o'clock.
asleep before the kids though. So.
Yeah, it's like 8 o'clock. Yeah. I have been watching. I watched that Cobra Kai. I finally started watching that. Man, that is fucking good.
I watched the first 2 seasons, but I didn't watch the third.
What? Oh, don't tell me it falls off.
Well, I don't know. I just never got to it.
Oh.
I've spent like the last 3 months of my life making a promise to my daughter trying to get through every season of Grey's Anatomy because it's her favorite show, and I'm up to like season 15, and I gotta tell you, bro, I mean these last 2 seasons are like murder to get through.
That's fucking rough, man. I never could watch like Grey's Anatomy or what's that other one that like girls really really like?
Charmed.
No, not Charmed. Not Charmed, you dickhead. Housewives something or another with the hot chick, Eva Longoria.
Oh,
Desperate Housewives. Yeah, that was another that women really got into, and I couldn't do it. I watched like one episode. I was like, good God, this is horrible. It's like just a bunch of like bored suburban housewives just like wanting to fuck the pool boy, basically. Just pretty much. I was like, watch Pornhub in just in like 20 seconds. It's the same fucking thing.
When I get through this last season and a half of Grey's Anatomy, I will never watch another show that she asks me to watch. This is this is the one. Like, she talks to me after every season. She calls me, all right, Dad, what did you think about season 14? Because this is what happens in season 14. Blah, 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 blah. And then, like, she critiques me to make sure that I watched it.
That is awesome.
And, yeah, but this is it. Never again in my whole life.
That's awesome, though. That's great that she's getting those habits, because a lot of guys, I know she's getting to that age where she's going to start dating, right? She's getting up there, Jay.
Yeah, 13 in August.
Oh, she never mind. She's still a baby, but hell, it's good to start them. It's good because guys do that shit a lot. Where they're like, "Yeah, that's my favorite show, girl," and then they're like, "Oh," and then just girl starts talking about like, "Oh, I love this character," and it turns out motherfuckers are lying. I know he tried to do it.
Well, what show?
Dark Angel.
Oh, yeah.
Did they? Oh yeah. Y2J, I like Charmed a lot, man. Freaking Alyssa Milano.
Yeah.
Gee, Jesus Christ.
She was good at Who's the Boss, too.
I don't know about all that. Just she's an amazing, just gorgeous, drop dead gorgeous. Especially in Charmed, man. She was so thick.
From the age of like 25 to like 35, she might have been the hottest person on the planet.
Exactly, and now she's fucking crazy as shit.
I see you love her.
Yeah.
No, on her Twitter. Oh, she drove me nuts. I got off of Twitter, so I don't know how you can stand Twitter. I really don't. Can't. Like, man, these people just. Ugh. Not my thing. But yeah, Alyssa Milano. She was like doing martial arts or something. Just gorgeous.
I'll tell you what, she still looks good for her age, though.
Oh, she does. But I think I was done with her when, because I used to follow her. I was like, I'm a fan. I'm a follower. She's hot, whatever. I think the last straw was when COVID set in. She went on and started posting about how COVID was making her hair fall out and everything. And I was like, aren't you like 45? It's fucking called, menopause, you crazy bitch. Like, it's not fucking, I don't know. There's the amount of stupidity that was going on. She didn't have COVID or anything. I was like, you need to stop. Like, you're gonna, you have a platform where people do listen to you. Please keep your crazy under lock. So, I think of mustard when I buy M&Ms. Hey, I mean, not a lot. Obviously, you don't like fucking pour mustard in a glass and just like just guzzle it. That's disgusting. But it's a little bit.
What do you think about the Houston Astros so far?
I think they're struggling right now. I didn't even watch today's game. I was really surprised at like how what Grankery's performance lately too. It was like that's the I think it was three nights ago or something. 3 games ago was his start, and he just had like the worst start I'd ever seen. He had 3 fucking runs in like the second inning or something. What was it? It was horrible.
Yeah, we were on them.
Yeah,
Did they come back and win though?
yeah, they did. Barely, they did.
Did they cover the one?
So
They did. They covered. It was like fuck, dude. I've had a couple miracle covers with the hockey. What was the other one? That one was a straight up miracle cover. There's like 8 seconds left in the game.
So, oh wow, they're down 7. I was just gonna say the Nets are down 4 and plus 300 with 5 minutes left. We should get on them, but now they're down 7.
Oh, wrong person. What type of shows do you like, Jay? Besides serial killers and whatnot.
I'll be honest. I don't watch a lot of. Well, first of all, the only like shows that I'll sit and down and like follow through and watch are usually like HBO shows, like Showtime. Like Billions is one of the best shows of all time. Like if we're talking old school, like Breaking Bad, The Sopranos, like all those. But like even like Succession, love that show. Billions, that's a show that's still currently on. Love that show. I don't watch like any network shows. It's mostly like either HBO, Cinemax, Showtime, like series, and then documentaries, and then movies. I don't do like the network television shows much.
Gotcha. Yeah, he's a big fan of the Billions, right? Billions. Yeah, he tried to get me into that, and I did like it a lot. I can't remember. I have ADD, so it's like I'll watch a show for like 17 seconds, and I'm like, oh, look at this one. This one's sparkly. Billions was a good one though. I did like it a lot. There was another
I
one.
do like the FX shows, like all like I've watched every season of American Horror Story. Like I love those.
Man,
And
those
like
got like crazy though. Some of them were just like, holy shit, dude. I forgot honestly how like explicit and whatnot a couple of those were. And my daughter's 13, and she loves witches, so I was gonna let her watch the Coven one. And I was like, oh shit, totally forgot. Like within the first fucking episode, there's when the dude they rape the girl, they just gangbang rape the girl in college. And I was like, okay,
it
well,
definitely gets a little crazy.
yeah, and then she flips the bus and kills the kid, and then it was like, maybe we should watch something else. She wants to be a witch, so she was like, that's what I do if somebody raped me. It was like, that's what all your uncles would do too. Don't even worry about it. Like,
But aside from that, though, like mostly I'm really big into documentaries.
I like a lot of documentaries. I can't really recall what my favorite documentary was though. I'll have to look into it. I think one of the best shows, hands down, was Boston Public. Legal. Sorry, not Public. Public was with the hot blonde chick, right?
Yeah, I never watched that.
Oh, man. Dude, Boston Legal's, you gotta watch it. You gotta watch it.
I'm a big true crime guy.
True crime, okay. You ever watch the SVUs?
No, true crime. Not fucking, not NBC staged crime. But listen, I just went down this rabbit hole 6 months ago. That's how it all happened. For me to bond with my mom, her favorite show is SVU. So I watched 23 seasons of Law and Order SVU, or 22, whatever they're up to now. So when I was done with that, my daughter's like, well, can't you bond with me and watch my favorite show? I was like, fuck, what is it? She's like, Grey's Anatomy. So now I'm watching every Grey's Anatomy. And after that, I'm done. I don't care if my mother and sister watch another television show their whole fucking life. I'm not watching it. Like, I'm at the end of my rope after 22 seasons SVU and 17 seasons of Grey's Anatomy. I'm tapping out.
Yeah, they definitely Yeah. They picked some
Yeah,
of the longest running ones possible.
yeah, of course. It's like you might as well pick MASH.
Yeah, exactly. You should make them do it. You should just do it. Just be like, you know what? I
So
watched both of your guys' favorite shows. You should watch mine.
yeah, true crime documentaries like that Son of Sam thing was right down my alley. I'm trying to find a really good docu-series on the Zodiac Killer, but I can't find one yet.
Zodiac Killer. I haven't seen one of the Zodiac Killer. I like the Rome docus. No, it was popular for a minute, but yeah.
Did you watch the I'll Be Gone in the Dark documentaries on HBO
Mm-mm. What were those ones
about
about?
Patton Oswalt's wife? Basically, before she died, she started writing a book and hunting down the San Francisco like Night Stalker or whatever the fuck his name, what they call him,
Mm-hmm.
and she finishes. She dies from an accidental overdose like before she finished the book, but they end up finishing the book, and the people that she investigated this killer with, she after she died, her information eventually found and got the guy and caught him, and then the book came out, and like Patton Oswalt toured all around the country, like it's really good. I think it's called I'll Be Gone in the Dark. It's like a 6 episode, like 6 1 hour episodes on HBO. It was really good. I enjoyed it.
Interesting. Oh, the last American Horror Story actually had the Night Stalker feature. Was it Ricky something or another? Wasn't it the last American Horror Story?
I've
Cabin or something.
Yeah, it was after like 1984, like Crystal Lake, like
Right, right.
Jason type killer. Yeah, that was the last one. They're making a new one though.
I didn't mind this last one. I thought it was, it was different. It was a bit different from the other ones. There was some hell of funny parts in there too.
I think it was probably the worst one of them all.
You
Though.
think it was the worst one? Okay.
Yeah.
I would have to go back and look and see what I thought the worst one. I guess it kind of depends on what your preference is for worse. Like I don't think they need to go super all out with the rubber suits and moms fucking their sons and all kinds of shit. I think they did that in one of the seasons. What was it?
I think the first season and the season where the Roanoke season where it's like a reality show inside a show. I think those are the two best seasons, probably.
Roanoke. Okay, I'll have to look up that one.
Yeah.
What's another?
Yeah, Nets look like they're done, boys.
Steve Zang wants me to take my hat off, I think. Maybe that or Jay. Steve Zang is telling somebody to take their hat off. Probably you.
Nobody. I'll be buried in a hat. Nobody's ever seeing me without a hat.
Not at all?
No. The Raptors they're in a shit fest, 1 point shit fest too.
It's like groupie status, doesn't even take the hat off.
No hat off.
Oh my gosh. So how are you guys looking with your picks tonight? You doing good? No?
I made one half unit live bet that lost, so I lost a half unit today.
Isn't there a minute and a half left in the Brooklyn game?
Yeah.
I know they're down by like 4. They're down by 5. There's a minute and a half left. Him and I argue about this. Well, not argue, is it? I'm always like, why do you watch the entire game? You literally could watch the last 2 minutes of the whole fucking game, and you'll get this. That's what the 2 minutes is the last deciding factors, in my opinion. But I mean, the same could be said for hockey and whatnot too. So
As long as the game's close, yeah.
yeah, as long as the game's close, it's like you could literally tune out and then tune back in for the last 2 minutes, and it's like, oh, okay, look at now all the action is happening. So, but obviously we disagree on that. Same thing with baseball. I mean, you could literally just watch maybe the first or second, third innings, kind of get a feel on how your starting pitchers are performing, things like that, how the team's, hitting against them, offense, defense. And then you could turn the baseball game off and come back in the seventh and there again, because that's when you got your relief pitchers coming in. It kind of starts a whole different type of game. That's why I was told Greg, I was like, Astros do a lot of their magic, after the seventh and after.
What's the call?
I don't know. What are you talking about? Man, those guys are so tall. I went to a Kings game a while, before COVID set in, and I think it was Durant. I was checking out. Man, he is so just thin in real life. I did not realize, on television they look normal size, and then it's like I had pretty close seats, to court, and that dude is skinny and really
I mean,
tall.
they're all giants.
Oh yeah.
Luca just firing daggers right now, Spread.
All right, Jay. I'm gonna hop off. I'm gonna go eat my carnitas.
Enjoy, dear.
Thank you. Have a good night, gentlemen. I hope well, if tonight doesn't go well, maybe tomorrow will, huh? Oh boy. Good night.
All right, thank you.
So what do they got? 2 shots to cut it to 4? I mean, it's not out of the realm of possibility that the Nets can't win this game.
Yeah, technically we're still alive. Disappointed Toronto didn't put this away. It's like went pretty much how I thought it would go, and then they just fell apart here in this last 5 minutes.
The Hawks came back.
Yeah.
2-point game. Whoever Y2J got on the Hawks early. That was a good call. Joey said Grizzlies money line now.
Yeah, I like that play. I put that in if you want to put that on the bottom of the screen.
What did you bet?
Grizzlies money line, I got plus 116.
Joey, do I have to make a graphic for tomorrow? You never answered me. Man, fucking Wizards, they don't go away late in the game.
Yeah, it's just unbelievable. This is really disappointing and loss for Toronto. And like I said, I mean, this is not what I expected from them. This could effectively end their playoff run today. So let's see how this ends. Valanciunas working down low, cuts it to 2. Let's go.
Okay, no worries, Joe. Just let me know.
Joey, did you start the video game, the MLB The Show League yet?
The Hawks are down 3 right now and plus 160 with 7 minutes to go. I mean, that seems a little absurd. Now they're down 5 and plus 235. I might have to take a shot now.
Oh my gosh, this is the same situation. This happened to the Wizards earlier in the year. I can't remember who they're playing, but it was the same deal. They get the inbound. All they need to do is basically eat the foul. And Beal ends up, and now last time he turned it over, but this time Stanley Johnson gets the jump ball. He almost looked like he fell out of bounds, but they're not going to review it. That's a huge play there. That's the second time this year I've seen Beal do that. Robin Lopez ended up eating the foul. He might only make 1 or 2. What's up, Stefan? Y2J, what's your record?
Stop the fight. I turned it off. What's going on? Harrison was like minus 2 Gs.
Oh, Robin Lopez makes them both down by 3. Toronto's got a chance to tie coming off a timeout. They have a timeout, right? Yeah, they're taking a timeout. You got to think they're going to try and dial up a shot for Van Fleet here. We'll see how that turns out. Come on, Valanciunas, you got to make these free throws.
That fight didn't take very long.
So that's interesting. Down by 3, they got Siakam to go straight to the hoop. Now there's 10 seconds left. And they fouled Beal. I mean, that. I don't know if I like that. Because Beal's going to make both of them. Now you're in the same spot with only 8 seconds left. Valanciunas with a goaltend there.
Yeah, man. You can get the Hawks right now plus 280 down 6 with 5.5 minutes to play. I think I might have to take a shot at plus. Actually, now they're plus 390 down 8.
I got plus 458 on my screen.
8's. You don't want to be down 8 with 5 minutes to go, but
yeah,
it's not like they can't go on a run. You going to overtime?
Looks like it. They just hit a 3, but there's 1.3 seconds left, so the Wizards have a chance for a buzzer beater. But especially with this little fatigue angle, I really like our chances to cover, assuming we can avoid this 1.3 second shot. Now, obviously, Beal's going to be dangerous. And I was right. They did draw up the shot for Van Fleet. It looks like they knew it was coming too. Wasn't the hardest double, but he definitely had 2 players around him with Westbrook and Neto. So that's good execution by Toronto there. I'm a little worried about this 1.3 seconds, but if we can survive that, I like our chances going into overtime.
Did you see like the craziness around like Diego Sanchez?
No, I missed it all.
I don't even know exactly what happened. All I know is like the UFC let him go, and then like four days later, he makes a video on Instagram saying that he thinks the UFC is going to kill him one day. Like it might be an accidental overdose, or my car might get run off the road. I mean, he's got severe CTE.
That's not good, man. I hate seeing that.
Yeah, I hope he's done. I hope he retires and he doesn't fight anywhere else. He's got like this like guy that's almost like his shaman that like trains him, and everybody like in the UFC thinks the guy's completely full of shit, and he's sucking Diego Sanchez dry of his money, and it's a shame.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's craziness. But you know what? If this stops him from fighting, hopefully he doesn't go to Bellator or fucking One or PFL. Hopefully he just retires. This girl's going to be in the UFC one day. If she can. What's the PFL lightweight weight? Is it 155?
I'm not sure. Imagine making a career out of robbing professional human beaters. Yeah, it's pretty brave, huh?
Wow, it is 155. The UFC is never going to have a 155 weight class for women. They can't even stock 145. She's going to have to drop weight to get to the UFC. That's the Nets' 4th loss in a row, right?
Yeah, 4 in a row now for Brooklyn. Wonder if the standings updated already here for me. Yeah, so they're in danger of dropping to 3. The top 3 are pretty much safe, though. There's no way New York catches them. If they drop to 3, then they would probably play Boston or Miami in the first round. Neither of those are the best matchup. I think you much rather. Well, you probably have to play either one of them either at 2. So I'm wondering if that's something that they're looking into there. I think I'm on Brooklyn. I'd much rather play Boston than Miami, though.
3-point game in Atlanta right now.
Oh, come on.
What's the score in the Grizz game?
Let me see. They're down by 7 with 2 minutes to go. God, hit that. Let's go. Get a rebound.
Is there only
they're down by 10 now.
Is there only one 10 o'clock game?
No, there's 2. There's the Warriors Thunder, and then Lakers Clippers.
All right, let's root these Raptors in. Aaron said, I can't tell you how much I respect you for betting this sports spread. It's tough, bro.
It is, but
It's so hard to grind a fucking profit every night in the NBA. I'm thankful that there are 3 people at Run Pure Bets that do it, and I'm not one of them.
There we go, Siakam. Siakam's got 38, 9, and 7 tonight.
Did you bet late spread? Hefe wants to know.
No, I didn't play either of those evening games.
The Hawks are just playing with everybody's dick right now. They're down 5, they're down 2, they're down 7, they're down 3. What's up, JM? I got to make a video this weekend for the main event, and I am so torn.
Who's the main event this weekend?
Marina Rodriguez and Michelle Waterson. I've gone back and forth all week long. Glad I could help you, buddy. Ronnie, fucking Hawks. I can't wait for Saturday's card, though. I'm really looking.
What do you think the
forward.
best fight will be? Like, what do you think? Like the fight of the night, if you were to bet that, who do you think that'll be?
I think Angela Hill and Amanda Hebos is going to be a great fight to watch. Oh, the fight of the night will probably be Jeff Neal and Neil Magny. If I had to guess, that would be probably my front runner. And then I think Angela Hill and Amanda Hebos probably right behind them. And then behind that, I would probably say the main event. I don't know what to expect from Donald Cerrone and Morono. I still have to dig into that fight tonight after we get off.
Man, Toronto missed 4 wide open threes on that last sequence. Now they're replaying it. This is just tough to watch. Those are all shots that you would want. I mean, they all just seem perfect.
Yeah.
Siakam misses the free throw. Gosh,
That's the randomness, though, right? In the NBA.
Yeah.
At least the play-in makes it slightly easier for you to cap motivation down the stretch, right?
Yeah, no, it's much better. I think it's much better here now.
I can't wait for football already. I'm like dying.
I know. I think this season's going to be exciting with the fans back in the stadiums and everything. I mean, normal build up this year.
Getting through the NBA and Major League Baseball is like fucking water torture. And it's only May 6th.
Yeah, East, I'm feeling the same way. Not my night.
I think Rodgers stays where he's at, JM. Is there a sports book that has odds on that?
Yeah, I'm pretty
where
sure.
Rodgers is going to go?
Yeah,
I would love. Yeah. Let me know what the odds are on him to stay in Green Bay. Wow, there are some juicy odds for NFL Defensive Rookie of the Year on FanDuel right now. Patrick Surtain's 11-1. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah is plus 750.
He's plus 1,000 on Bovada.
I mean, it's far from a foregone conclusion that Micah Parsons is your automatic defensive rookie of the year. I mean,
Yeah.
I might bet like a couple of these guys. Jets had a great draft except the first pick.
All right, you ready for these odds here?
Yeah, what is it for him to stay in Green Bay?
Minus 175.
That seems about right to me.
Broncos plus 125, Raiders plus 1100, Browns plus 1000, Saints plus 2800, Washington plus 2800, Dolphins plus 3500, Dolphins, Panthers plus 4000, and Chargers plus 4000.
What were the first three after Green Bay?
Broncos plus 125, Browns plus 1000, Raiders plus 1100.
I mean, I might lay the 175. I would be shocked. I would be shocked if he left Green Bay for any of the first 5 teams that you just mentioned.
Yeah, I mean, it's like an auto rebuild. And you'd think if they made the move, they would make it before the draft, right? So you can get a draft pick and get started on this year on your rebuild. But at this point, if he didn't get traded before the draft, I don't see them trading him. I almost wonder if they're going to play chicken like Watson.
37-year-old quarterback, you're going to the fucking Raiders? Or the Broncos? Stop it. That might go on the fucking sheet, bro.
Yeah.
What book is that, Spread?
Bovada.
Any of your other offshore books have a better line than minus 175?
I'll check right now. I just pulled them up because they're the most likely to have those silly ones. Like that aren't just like a bookmaker. I don't think we even would run that. I'll check Bet Online right now.
Yeah, like I don't think I'm going to find that at DraftKings, FanDuel.
Really? I would think they would have that there.
I checked. FanDuel doesn't have it.
Oh, okay.
I'm checking DK right now.
Let me see. What would it be under? Player futures?
They got week 1 starting quarterback for the Patriots: Cam Newton, Mac Jones, or Jarrett Stidham.
What's Cam at?
Minus 290. The Bears: Andy Dalton, Justin Fields, or a Nick Foles. You got to start Dalton. You almost have to. You got to let that kid learn for as many games as you can get away with it. You can't start Justin Fields on day 1.
Yeah, I'm thinking it'll be Dalton too.
Yeah, I mean, you almost have to start Andy Dalton at minus 167. Garoppolo, Trey Lance, Josh Rosen, or Nate Sudfeld. I mean, obviously it's going to be Jimmy G.
Yeah.
They're not throwing fucking Trey Lance to the Wolves from fucking North Dakota State.
Yeah, I don't see this on Bet Online, and I'll check Bookmaker, but I doubt they're going to have it either.
I don't know if they said that or if they didn't, Stefan, but you almost have to.
They said that before the draft, though.
There's no way you're throwing Nick Foles out. That experiment's done. And you're not throwing Justin Fields out on week 1. You know what? That might be a fucking hammer. That might be a drop the hammer play. Just out of general principle. regular season wins where they got the Jets. I want to see if there's a different number. 6.5 under 6.5. Who's the quarterback for the Jets this year? Joe Namath? Boomer? Jets are getting to 7 wins? Yeah, I'm gonna start dropping season win totals on the spreadsheet soon. I try to wait till the 53-man roster's done, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, 17 games. They're not going 7-10, bro. Not that team. That the majority of the players that were on that team last year are on the team this year, regardless of the salary cap that they had. I guess spread it comes down to how heavily do you weigh like Salah coming in and changing the culture and starting a rookie quarterback. Like that mixture just seems like it's hard to get 7 wins out of that. Brand new coaching staff, a kid off the street that played at BYU for a year or 2. I mean,
I'll tell you what, Salah didn't look that good until he got Boza, DeForest Buckner, right? I mean, of the 4 years he was with San Francisco, I think they only had 1 winning record. And that was the Super Bowl year, of course. But, I mean, it's not like he's consistently, like, raised the floor.
So the
teams.
The fucking great white hope from BYU's coming in and going 500 in his first year? Get the fuck out of here.
He's not going to start week 1 either, is he?
Bro, they don't have who are they going to put out there?
I don't know. Who's their backup?
Zach Wilson starts week 1. It's the Jets. The Jets do the Jet. Spread, why do you think we're the Jets?
I know, huh?
The Jets do Jet things. Now, Chicago, you're gonna see Andy Dalton.
Yeah.
New York, they're throwing that kid to the fucking wolves. Back page of the New York Post, baby. Like right from the door. I'll be shocked if that kid doesn't start week 1. That's why we're the New York Jets. What's Washington's season win total? Whatever it is, I'm over.
I will look right now.
Oh wow, 8.5. Wow, they're giving Fitzmagic respect.
Yeah, I see 8.5.
Yeah, that means they got to go what 9-8.
Yeah.
I think Washington wins the division.
Yeah, I like them right now too. If I had to choose someone,
Unless Dak is Dak like from day 1.
Yeah.
I don't see how any other team but Washington wins the division.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Cowboys are really feeling that Zeke contract. Raptors down by 1 with 8 seconds to go.
I might break a CD to bet the Jets fucking win total on.
Yeah, I know, huh?
What's Washington to win the NFC East right now? Let's check that.
Do they have divisions?
Plus 260? Lock it up. Yeah, they got the boys at plus 110.
Hmm.
I'm a Washington truther.
That's just got to be off the fact that they know there's a million Cowboys fans that they'll all bet them.
I mean, listen, if Dak Prescott is normal Dak Prescott, he wins 10 games every year as a starter.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, you could definitely make the case that if the Cowboys are the Cowboys from the door, they deserve to be the favorite in the East. Definitely. But man, you know how many games that Washington could have won last year if they had a quarterback?
Yeah.
Oh my God. They could have won. There's so many of those games. Now they got Ryan Fitzpatrick, who could throw for 4 touchdowns in a game any Sunday. He could also throw 4 picks in a game any Sunday. But yeah, I'll have some skin in the game. I'll take a shot on Washington at plus 260.
I also think they have the best coach in the division.
You think?
Yeah. East. Let me look ahead and see where that game's at.
Washington has a real quarterback now. You listen, everybody can make their Ryan Fitzpatrick jokes, bro, but Ryan Fitzpatrick is a real quarterback in the NFL. Period.
East, I think the line will be the Nuggets -3 on Saturday. Nuggets -3.
Green Bay is minus 160 to win the NFC North. If Rodgers stays, that is a fucking steal.
Yeah, I mean, who would you be worried about? The Vikings kind of coming back? Because they had a lot of injuries last year, right?
Yeah, but they still got the same quarterback.
Yeah, that's true. He's terrible.
That's a steal.
I don't even know why they run him out there. I would rather just run it out with some rookie. Maybe he's like good. It's like you already know what Cousins is, you know?
See, now that makes sense. It was minus 280 before the Rodgers news. Now that makes sense. To be honest, I still think it's worth taking the shot at minus 160.
Yeah, I mean Detroit you don't even count them.
Right.
Chicago will be improved, but I don't know. I mean, that's putting a lot that the Fields is good right off the bat. And who's to say that Nagy's even a good coach? Like I liked him, but I mean, as the things go on, I mean, plenty of people have pointed out plenty of mistakes that he's made. You know, so I wouldn't be surprised if he's just not that good. Minnesota would be the only one I'm really worried about here.
And it's hard for me to take any team with Kirk Cousins as their quarterback seriously.
Yeah.
It's hard. I mean, that is a bargain basement steal if the Rodgers news breaks that he's going to stay in Green Bay.
Mm-hmm.
Tampa Bay minus 150. The Saints plus 250. Carolina 7-1. Atlanta 8-1. I don't know. Like I said earlier on the show, I'm like the worst person to ask about getting a read on what Tampa's going to do this year.
Yeah.
Because I didn't have a beat on them last year. San Fran plus 180, the Rams plus 187.
Give me the Rams.
I was just going to say that, spread.
You got to be kidding me.
The Rams are not the favorite with fucking. I mean, in what world are the Rams not the favorite to win the NFC West next year?
That's a nuts. I think that Seattle will finish with a better record than San Francisco too.
Seattle at plus 280.
Mm-hmm.
I think maybe you can have a conversation if that defense improved. Yeah. I think you could definitely have a conversation about Seattle at plus 280. I think that you can make an argument there. I think the 49ers are probably the third team in that division.
Yeah, I do too.
I would make the yeah, exactly.
I'd say Rams probably finish first, Seahawks second, Niners third, and Arizona fourth. And even then, I think Arizona can give them a run for their money if they continue their development. How are we rating Kyler Murray, right? He looks fantastic, and then as he got beat up towards the end of the year.
Yeah. In my book, it's a show me more season for
right?
Kyler Murray.
Because he's going to get beat up like that every year. Like, even with his play style, like he's going to take hits, and he does a good job of avoiding hits, you know.
Well, and I'll tell you, that's the problem. That's the only problem with the Rams. Now, Matt Stafford has incredible wide receivers, a fucking ridiculous defense, but it's always going to come down to can he stay healthy?
Yeah.
Always.
But that line is so much better, and he's going to be getting better plays. Like, McVay's not going to scheme up issues where he's getting completely obliterated like they were in Detroit.
True. If he could stay healthy, I mean, they are the front runner, in my opinion, going away in the NFC West. If he could stay healthy.
Yeah.
And that's a big if. Buffalo minus 150 to win the AFC East. That seems light, too. Miami is 3-1. I wasn't impressed with Tua at all last year.
Yeah, how much is getting his receiving his buddy from Alabama help?
No, I mean, I wasn't impressed with Tua at all last year.
Yeah.
I really wasn't. Now, the Colts are plus 105. Tennessee's plus 120. I mean, I don't know. I guess
what's Jacksonville?
9-1.
I'll probably go for that one.
It all comes down to how good Carson Wentz is going to be this year, I guess.
I think it'll be pretty good. As much fun as I had running him down on the show, I think he's pretty good.
I mean, I think you have to make Tennessee the favorite to win that division. Ryan Tannehill is legit, bro.
Yeah.
He struggled in the playoffs.
The problem is their defense was so bad last year.
They gave up like 35 points a game. It was dreadful.
And the year before they had an awesome defense, so it's like, and they didn't even have that many changes.
Yeah, that's the problem. The Colts are definitely more of a complete team, quarterback aside.
And did they lose? They lost Corey Davis
to the Jets, yeah, but they still got AJ Brown.
Yeah, that'll probably be fine.
Oh, they lost Jonnu Smith too.
Oh yeah, I knew they had lost some weapons there.
Yeah, that's a good point. I forgot about that. I forgot they lost Corey Davis and they lost Jonnu Smith. So they really have AJ Brown and
Henry.
Not much. Yeah, well, I'm talking like playmakers.
Yeah.
Aside from the running back, I don't even know who they have. Titans depth chart.
Lost their OC to Atlanta. Good point, Robert.
So their starting wideouts right now are A.J. Brown, Josh Reynolds, and Des Fitzpatrick. I'm high on Josh
Reynolds on Los Angeles last year? There's on the Rams?
Yeah, he was. I'm real high on him. I think that kid's a beast.
Yeah. That's actually not a bad pickup there for less salary. Yeah.
Yeah, I like him a lot. He was overlooked because they have a million weapons.
Yeah.
But I like him a lot.
Yeah, Connor makes a good point. They did draft a lot of defense.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to start popping futures on the spreadsheet in the next couple weeks. All right, what do we got going on in the NBA?
Warriors are up by 7, and I think the Clippers might end up putting it on the Lakers. Remember we were talking about earlier how they respond to the post. It seems to be working out just fine for the Clippers defense. So I think the Lakers are going to have problems putting up points tonight, and they're already down by 11 at the end of the first quarter.
The Packers are minus 115 to win the NFC North on DraftKings. That is a fucking joke.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to bet that and take the shot that Rodgers is coming back. You have to. Before we get off, do you see anything in these last two games that you'd be looking for to let them know?
No, I mean, like I said, I was pretty much just watching this Lakers game to see how they handled the Clippers doubling them in the post, and it seems like it's going to be the Clippers' advantage. So I don't want to jump in there. I was thinking about grabbing the Lakers plus the points, but I'm staying away from that. This OKC Warriors game stays close, so I guess if I were to like give out one, my favorite one would probably just be the over in that game, which right now is at 218.5. So that would probably be, I think, the best play for the remaining games would be over 218.5 in the Thunder game.
What do you think that line would be with no Rodgers? I think Minnesota would be the favorite to win the division, and I think the Bears would probably be the second choice to win the division, and then Green Bay. Because at least the Bears have Andy Dalton. I mean, who at that point, Green Bay starting who? The kid from Utah State? Jordan Love?
Yeah.
Yeah, they wouldn't even be the second choice to win that division.
That's why I think it's so hard for them to trade Rodgers, because you're basically punting on the whole season.
Yeah.
Like you're basically just saying, like, okay, we have no chance this season. So if you were going to do it, you would think that you would do it for a draft pick this year to at least get the rebuild started. You know,
I mean, you might even make Detroit and Goff favored over Jordan Love-led Green Bay Packers. I mean, they would plummet.
Yeah.
But if he stays, I mean, that is got to be close to $2 worth of value.
Yeah. I don't know. GT Randy's talking about the Bears losing Chuck Pagano. I wasn't impressed with Pagano at all. I thought that their defensive scheme looked a lot simpler once Fangio left. Kyle Fuller is a big loss, though. I'd agree with you there. Wasn't a big Pagano guy, though.
Oh, who you're talking? The cornerback?
Yeah, GT Randy says it's either Green Bay with Rodgers or Vikings. Bears also lost their DC Chuck Pagano and their best defensive back Kyle Fuller. I think Kyle Fuller's a big loss, but Chuck Pagano to me at this point was average at best.
Yeah, Fuller's definitely a big loss.
Yeah. Sometimes these corners get old quickly, though, and the coaches know more than we do. You know, because they're seeing it, and they might have had to start to scheme too around his weaknesses. You know, so and these corners can go from stud to nothing like really fast.
All right, boys. We're going to get out of here. So Friday and Saturday, there'll be NBA content. Spread and Tyler will be doing the NBA rundown on the YouTube channel. This weekend, I'll throw a UFC video out there on the YouTube channel for the main event. I'll have a video out for Darlington and the Goodyear 400 on the YouTube channel for everybody. Saturday night, I'll be on for subscribers all night long with the UFC and the Xfinity race. And then Sunday on Mother's Day, I'll be back on the YouTube channel for everybody to come and hang out during the Goodyear 400. Also, Sunday morning, actually, it's Mother's Day. So I'm not sure if JJ, Joey, and Holden are doing the Sunday morning baseball show. I would check back for that. It depends because, you know, A lot of people are with the family on Mother's Day, so could be, could not be. But we got a shit ton of content on this site this weekend. And as of right now, the website's up about 74 units. So it's been a profitable start to May. We lost a little bit of a few units tonight, but we're still up about 15 units through the first week of May. Anybody that wants to join, you can join. Use the promo code BETS25 off, 25% off the first month over at runpuresports.com. $60 a month, $20 a week. First month will cost you about $45. And aside from that, I hope your action runs pure this weekend. Spread will be back early afternoon tomorrow with the NBA rundown, and I'll see you guys this weekend. Later.